Welcome back to LatiNation. Vanessa Verduga is a multi-talented actress, singer, and writer who is focused on creating bold and explosive characters. And these days, the Los Angeles-born, Bronx-raised performer, who legitimately includes a producer and lawyer on her resume, is making her mark as Justice Woman, the lead character in the popular web series she created and launched that you need to check out for yourself right here on LatiNation.
Brought to you by State Farm. For auto, home, life, and banking, get to a better state.
As you can see, I've officially checked out. I had a promising career as an assistant district attorney, trained to prosecute the bad guys.
With major networks cutting the life of TV shows shorter and shorter every year, content creators have turned to the web to distribute their stories. One of these creators is Vanessa Verduga, a lawyer turned actress-producer who has given her former life a bit of superhero glitz in her own web series, Justice Woman.
Although I've lost faith in the prescribed idea of the law, I can't turn my back on justice.
I grew up in the Bronx, and one of the things was I wanted to always be an actress and a singer since I was a kid. But parents, my mom especially, was really intent on me becoming a doctor or a lawyer, which is very typical of our parents. So eventually I ended up in law school. And it was interesting enough, it was in law school that I joined the theater group, and I joined the a cappella group, and I was singing and acting. By the time graduation came by, I was like, oh my God, I don't want to be a lawyer.
I'm not making enough money for the court system. I keep leading cases down and the judge is not happy.
Sophia, get a hold of yourself.
I'm just a glorified bill collector. You were right, what was the point of law school?
And I decided I'm gonna go out and start auditioning and put myself out there. It did help a lot to be older and to actually have a legal degree to fall on because I needed to pay the bills.
I'm Justice Woman.
Justice Woman, by the way, it's a story about an assistant district attorney who, at day, she's Sofia Escala, and at night she becomes Justice Woman, a mass vigilante who fights against corruption that is occurring within the legal system. And she has her sidekick, who is her best friend and office mate, Robert, who becomes Roberta at night. So I kind of always say it's like Batman and Robin meets Will and Grace.
Really?
Yes.
Don't you think it's a bit much?
It was definitely inspired by events that happened in my life, because as a solo practitioner, I needed to grow my clientele. And so one of the things that was suggested to me was like, oh, why don't you get involved in community politics? So I did, and I sat in a few meetings and everything, and politics just turned my stomach. It was definitely something that I needed to put on paper and give voice to social issues and to matters that were happening within our legal system. Anything that has to do where people don't get equal rights, there's no equality, there's no tolerance, there's no acceptance, those were the things that I wanted to highlight in Justice Woman, and I did.
What is justice? It's certainly not blind. The rich, the powerful, they make their own justice. But what they don't know is that I'm on the inside too, like a virus.
Someone gained access to all sorts of information and was threatening to expose everything.
The reason I decided to make a web series as opposed to trying to pitch it to TV is because I didn't want to wait anymore. And I had waited all my life since I was a kid to actually perform and act and everything, and I said, no, now it's my time. I'm gonna go do it. And I don't want anyone's permission, and I don't want anyone else's take, because it's my voice.
Was my quest for justice worth it? You be the judge.